And Iran needs to recognize that the United States is not going to stand by while the region is destabilized or while people engage, in overt warfare across lines, international boundaries in other countries.
That was Wednesday, not even a week after finishing a marathon nuclear negotiating session with Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif. While Iran and U.S. diplomats may have reached an agreement in Lausanne, Switzerland, the two nations still have very different views on the Saudi-led coalition conducting airstrikes inside Yemen. The U.S. supports Saudi Arabia, which, along with its allies in the Gulf and North Africa, is attempting to reverse the significant gains made by Houthi rebels since earlier this year. The coalition and U.S. claim Iran, which is a Shiite nation, is supporting the Zaidi Shiite Houthis. It's seen as part of a larger proxy war for influence in the Gulf between Sunni Saudi Arabia and Shiite Iran. The U.S. isn't conducting any military operations against the Houthis, but it is helping the coalition by offering logistical support, such as refueling planes and providing intelligence. Iran, on the other hand, has publicly denounced both Saudi Arabia and the operation. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani called for an end to the military intervention on Thursday, saying, "You do not know how this will end. This path is wrong." That's not to say Tehran is calling for an end to the fighting between Houthis and forces loyal to the U.S.-backed government. That's something that arguably helps Iran more than not. Iran also denies arming or giving logistical support to the Houthis, though on Wednesday it sent 2 warships to Yemen's coast. Tehran claims they're there for an anti-piracy operation, but it's not hard to see the move as an attempt at military posturing. Iran isn't alone in pushing for an end to the fighting either. Turkey, Russia, the United Nations, and the European Union have all also shown support for a diplomatic solution. On Wednesday, the UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights of Internally Displaced Persons warned of a worst-case scenario for Yemenis as they're further displaced by a worsening conflict. When Saudi Arabia initially began its airstrikes, the European Union's Foreign Affairs chief released a statement calling for a diplomatic solution over military action. By the World Health Organization's most recent estimate, more than 540 people have been killed and around 1,700 wounded in the violence in Yemen since March 19th. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn, multiple sources, a broader view.